Milgem-class stealth warships, Turkish T-129 attack helicopters F-16s, Turkish Bayraktar drones,
तुर्की के असीस गार्ड सोंगर ड्रोन
300 to 400 drones intruded into the Indian territory, and some of them even targeted our army bases. India proved its dominance with air defense, airstrikes, and military precision. While most of them were neutralized, some hit civilians, and yes, we lost lives. Let's talk facts. 3.3 lakh Indians visited Turkey, and tourist spending over 3,000 crore Indian rupees. Wow, seriously? Pakistan, we know that peace is always temporary. Would you pay him knowing fully well that the money that you are paying him is going to be used to burn down your home? Hi. One of the shortest battles in recent history seems to have ended with a ceasefire between India and Pakistan. India proved its dominance with air defense, airstrikes, and military precision. But this ceasefire, it's hanging by a thread, literally. And with Pakistan, we know that peace is always temporary. While we are all aware of Chinese support for Pakistan, did you know that there is another country that is becoming just as dangerous? We're talking about Turkey here. A few days ago, when the fighting was still ongoing, I had a conversation with a cousin of mine. So this cousin, he was vacationing in Turkey at the time. So I asked him casually, why Turkey? I mean, we know this is a country that has always taken an anti-India stance time and again. But my cousin was offended and he asked, what's wrong in traveling there as a tourist? And I was like, wow, seriously? Let's talk facts. Did you know that Turkey is Pakistan's second largest arms supplier? And we saw the impact of this on the nights of May 8th and 9th when 300 to 400 drones intruded into the Indian territory, and some of them even targeted our army bases. While most of them were neutralized, some hit civilians, and yes, we lost lives. And according to our armed forces, these drones, Turkish Songar drones.
प्रारंभिक रिपोर्ट्स से पता चलता है कि वे तुर्की के असीस गार्ड सोंगर ड्रोन थे.
And this is not new. Turkey and Pakistan's military partnership is well documented. In 2018, Pakistan signed a $1.5 billion agreement with Turkey to acquire 4 Milgem-class stealth warships. In the same year, Islamabad placed an order for 30 Turkish T-129 attack helicopters, also valued around $1.5 billion. A few years ago, Turkish Aerospace also helped modernize Pakistan's F-16s. And the recent additions include Turkish Bayraktar drones and AI-powered Kemankes cruise missiles. And it doesn't end with weapons. Turkey openly supports Pakistan's propaganda on Kashmir. Just a day after the Pahalgam attack, Pakistan thanked Erdogan for supporting their stance on Kashmir. Do you remember Operation Dost? In Feb 2023, Turkey was hit by a devastating earthquake. And who rushed to help? India. Under Operation Dost, we sent rescue teams, doctors, and even a full field hospital. No conditions, no politics, just pure humanity. But today, that same Turkey stands with Pakistan, supplying drones used to kill Indian civilians. Imagine, we call them a friend in their darkest hour. In 2024, 3.3 lakh Indians visited Turkey. That's a 20.7% increase from the year before. And tourist spending over 3,000 crore Indian rupees. Now that is approximately 400 million US dollars going straight into the economy of a country, arming our enemy. Now just as a fun fact, do you know how much money Indians spent as tourists in Turkey and Azerbaijan together last year? Over 4,000 crore Indian rupees. Now that is $500 million US dollars. We boosted their economy, filled up their hotels, booked their flights, held weddings there and created jobs. And what do these countries do in return? Today, both these countries stand with Pakistan after the Pahalgam attack. Think about it. If you're still not convinced about not traveling to Turkey, let me ask you something. Let's say your neighbor is your enemy and he's attacking your home with all sorts of weapons like knives and swords and guns. And now there is a third party who's supplying these weapons to a neighbor. Would you go on a vacation to this third party's house? Would you pay him knowing fully well that the money that you are paying him is going to be used to burn down your home? because this is exactly what we are doing when we travel to Turkey. I know we all love to travel, but we must be aware and we must be responsible. There are 190 plus countries to choose from. Instead of Turkey, travel to Greece. Travel to countries that are friendly to India, not to the ones that are funding our enemies. Remember, your money is your power. Do not let it be used against your own country. Please think again before you book that next ticket to Turkey. Thank you. Jai Hind.